The Truth in Focus.
This is the Truth in Focus. Welcome to this podcast, and this is JD Africa. And today in the studio we have a guest, which we are going to share some knowledge, small knowledge. And today we are going to focus about secondary schools. What is happening in secondary school? What is the challenge in secondary school? What the teachers are facing in secondary school? And we are going to know students. What is the problem for students who they are getting failures, who they are passing their examination? This is the place. Stay with me. Be connected now. Soon I'm going to welcome my guest, and we are going to learn. He's going to introduce himself, where he's coming from, and his professional. You are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's a pleasure being here at your place. I am Mr. Zorolan, and I happen to be a Cisco certified instructor, and at the same time, I am a secondary school teacher in Cameroon, where I offer lectures in computer science and ICT. So it's a pleasure for me to be with you people here today. And I feel at home.
You are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So one quick question you need to ask you, sir. This is a question from viewers. They want to know the most of the challenge teacher getting in school when it's becoming about teachings. So which challenge you people are facing when it's coming about teaching in general school? Because we know when the parents are sending a student in school, those students they're coming from different culture and they have their own traditions. So how people can handle this situation, and how people can shape them to be in one place? What is the secret behind to work with these people called students?
Thank you. To be frank with you, I will tell you it's a very, very difficult task. To deal with students is a very, very difficult task, because we have students who come from different backgrounds. We have students who come from homes with problems. We have students who come from better homes without problems. You have students who are suffering from different problems, like problems of indiscipline, problems of lack of school material. And this is really a very big issue with us teachers to handle, because we have different departments in school, like the level of counseling. We have counselors in school. Normally, for students to gain admission in school, they normally have to go through counselors who are supposed to counsel the students to know their problems and then bring it up to teachers so that we know how to guide these students in classes. But sometimes, students will never actually tell you exactly the truth. And when they give some information to counselors, we just deal with what we have. I will tell you, one of the major things we have in school is the problem of indiscipline. Mm-hmm. Indiscipline.
Discipline.
Yeah, indiscipline. Students actually are indisciplined. Some of them fail to respect hierarchy and respect internal rules and regulations in school. And once you don't respect the internal rules and regulations in school, you will find it very difficult for you to study in that environment, because those are the principles that guide you in the environment.
Okay, very good. So I want to know, are you using drug?
No, that's another issue. Thank you, sir, for bringing up that point.
So I want to come to that point.
Yeah.
If you as a teacher, you are not using drug, so these students, they are getting weird drugs. What is the problem make them to, what is the reason they are making them to use drugs? And why drugs in school?
Wow.
These drugs are coming from where? Because we saw in the news students are using drugs. And most of the problem when students are coming from primary school to secondary school is the most problem people, they are using too much drugs here. Can you help us? What is the reason behind of this? Is it a government is the problem, or is a management problem on the country? Plus you teachers are problem?
Thank you, sir. It's a very good question that you've asked. We are living in the 21st century now, and the world is fast evolving and things are changing. I will tell you, we are really in a society where students, they are very mischievous. You can't really predict. There is something we call shisha. Let me just start with that. They call shisha.
It's shisha.
Shisha.
Is as a teacher, you know shisha.
We see that. We see that on social media.
Shisha is which one? We want the media team to show up. Shisha is which one?
Shisha is something students just hold and they drag in and they bring out.
Student in secondary school.
We have seen students bring the pipe in school. They inherit it. Yes, the short pipe, they drag it in school.
In school.
From one. You ask where do they see it? They say they see it from their home, from their elder brothers. So you can imagine if a child in Form 1 is already dragging shisha, a pipe, he has bought it in school. Yeah, he bought it. They brought it. So
is that pipe there is small like this?
It's small like this. They buy it, they charge it, and then we bring it. They are dragging it, and they are moving. They are laughing with their friends. The child does not even know what he's doing. But that is very bad. It's damaging. You have students, if you go to the discipline department, they will tell you a student comes in school, he has put his book, inside his book, he has tramadol, they have some tablets that they take, they tell you this tablet will make you not to sleep. But I tell you, the child, when he takes that tablet, you are talking, he is looking elsewhere, he has lost conscious and he is no longer in school. So this is a very big problem to us. If you ask the discipline department will tell you they are really going through a lot when it comes to issue of drugs.
Issue of drugs in school.
Yeah.
So let's enter deep today to see issue of drugs in school.
Yeah.
So what can government do? For example, today you are a teacher from Cameroon.
Yeah.
So what can government do about drugs? Because if the drugs is easily and the students are getting it, where they're getting it?
Now, I thank you. The government, from my own perspective, the government has taken a lot of measures, very high measures. We've seen where customs are checking imported goods, ensure that forbidden goods don't enter the country to destroy the youth. We have seen that, but there are mischievous ways that these students they do to get these things and bring them in school. But at the level of the school authorities, we have put the discipline department, where the discipline department takes students at times by surprise. The discipline department just enters the classroom, collect all students' bags. They make sure they do thorough search, and any counterfeit product, anything that the students have in school, they search and they remove. So, and then there are disciplinary measures where immediately we find a student with such drugs, you are immediately dismissed in front of your classmates. That makes other students to be afraid not to do that. So government on its part is really playing a very big role to ensure that these things are under control. And then we are pleading on parents also. Parents have a role to play in their children's education. If they leave it only for government and teachers, it's difficult. Parents need to caution their children at home. You need to search your child's bag. You need to find out what your child is taking to school. You need to see the type of test he's holding. Some of them even hold certain things as if it's just a toothbrush, but that thing is shisha. So there are a lot of ways the children are mischievous and they bring.
So okay, let's go to the parents.
Yeah.
So I think the parents, they have their own part to play.
Yeah, very true.
But I want you to tell the parents what they want to do before their children come to school, because we see a lot of children now, they are postponed.
Yeah.
You can find him in social media, a small children.
Yeah.
You cannot understand him.
Yeah.
Is what they are saying, they are banging in club.
Yeah.
So what they are finding there? What is the reason? Is it what is the problem of these things to happen? If their parents, they are not careful, or that is their dream to make their child to become like that.
Now
before we go to drugs.
Yeah, you see, parents, like I said, we have a very big role to play, because I myself as a teacher also am a parent. What is the role of a parent? I will take the example on myself. You need to follow up your children. You need to find out who is teaching them, what is the teacher's name. Because a teacher is a model to a student, and the parents also home are supposed to be models to their children. Who are the uncles who stay with your children? If you have uncles who are smoking, you need to caution the student that cigarette is not a good thing. Even though uncle is smoking, is not a good thing. You need to caution your children that these activities or these guys who are doing these activities in the quarter is a bad thing. When you start cautioning them like that, they will not carry that negative energy from home to school. They will be positive. They will grow up with positive impact in their surrounding. Because some of these things we face in school are those who are carrying negative impacts at home and bringing it in school. So parents have a big role to check their backs, what was given as assignment, what have they done, what are they doing, so that they can help us to play a role for the moral upbringing of these children. Because the teacher alone cannot train the child. The government is playing its part. The teacher is playing his part. All of us are stakeholders to the education. So we need to play our own part. Let parents try to check the children's back. Let parents coach on their children about drugs. Let parents coach on their children with the type of friends they work with, the type of friends they keep. Because now, in the quarter, you have funny types of friends that they actually keep. And these friends are not good examples.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So, but this student is watching now on this TV. They want to know, because most of people, they don't know the issue of drugs, but they need to know how many groups of drugs, because somebody can say alcohol is not a drug, so I'm a student. Can a student take alcohol? Or can you ask Terry, how many type of drugs as a teacher you think the student is not allowed to take it, or is not supposed to be on those points?
Okay. Thank you for this question.
Yes.
I, from my own part, I would like to tell you that a child below 18 years is not supposed to take alcohol. And as a student, we see most of the students, when we talk of the secondary school, they should be below 18 years. And why should they be taking alcohol? Once a child is taking alcohol, the child is already introducing some type of drugs into his body, because alcohol, too much of alcohol, may mislead the child or to make a child to react abnormally. Then we have marijuana, which is common in the quarter.
Yes.
Students tend to take marijuana, that it gives them both their energy, that they see anybody.
Do you feel it's based on their energy? Oh, it's just philosophy.
No, it's just a philosophy, because marijuana, I've seen boys in the quarter that marijuana have made them to be mad. They are gone crazy and removed their dresses and walking naked because of too much excess of marijuana when they were small.
Yes.
So it's not actually a good thing. We advise that parents should control their children, like I was telling you. They have different forms of drugs so that we can't even tell. We are in the 21st century, like I told you, sir.
Yes.
There are different forms of drugs. They have something they call Thai. They have this, they say Thai. They have different names. They have even this coffee.
So
that they take.
if you're watching this video, please comment type of drug you think people they need to know, but to stay away with those drugs.
Yeah, because we don't even know those drugs. Let them. We need to know those drugs so that we can, because they take from some bring different type of things you want to say. You say this one is an eraser that is using to wipe ink. We don't know that one is the one he is inhaling in his nostrils.
Yes.
It give him energy. So you don't know the type of drugs. You cannot even tell the names, but they work with it and they come with it to school. So some of them take it. They said I have kata. They are rubbing certain things on their body, but those things are drugs. So we really can't tell. And in our milieu in Cameroon, what we face most, apart from drugs, we also have children who come with sharp objects in school. Children students want to settle scores with other students using what we call sharp objects.
Yeah.
You see a student with a razor blade, he takes it and tear his brother in class, or scissors and knife the brother there in class because of this or that. So there's a lot of, we really need a lot of sensitization back at home, because the government is playing its part, but children, teacher, the government will tell you not to beat a child. We don't beat a student.
Okay.
Yes, they say you should not beat somebody's child.
So if the student make a problem, for example, the rule Cameroon, they don't beat a student.
Yeah, the government law say you should not beat a child. You should not beat a child.
You talk by laugh.
No, we don't laugh with the child. They say you should caution the child, or you should send the child to the disciplinary council. The disciplinary council will sit and deliberate on the issue. If it is a serious issue, then the child should be given 8 days exclusion. If the 8 days goes beyond, we see that we can lead to dismissal. We can dismiss the child. So there are some students who have 4 teachers in class. Can you imagine that there was one day an exam was going on, and a student did not write the exam? And when the invigilator was in class, when it was time for collecting papers in class, a student stood through the window and passed his own paper. And what the teacher now rush to say, no, this paper will not enter into this paper. That student enter and slap the teacher, a sound slap. The teacher fell on the floor.
So this is another challenge for teachers.
Yes.
The student can slap teacher. Can you imagine?
A student can beat a teacher, but the teacher cannot react to beat the student because the student is already protecting the student.
Is it possible the student to beat the teacher and the teacher cannot react to it?
The student gave a teacher a surprising slap before the teacher could tell. The teacher was on the floor with the papers. The scripts have scattered. He could not even know the student again.
Yes. So, dear student, please, you should take it easy with teachers. Behave well in school. Don't behave like that. Don't beat the teachers, please. Behave well.
We have seen situations where a teacher said, I will not teach that class again.
Yeah.
If this student is in class.
Because of the manner of
one student in class, the teacher said, I will not go to that class again if they don't dismiss that student. But you see that they need to follow protocol before they dismiss a child.
Yeah.
And the teacher is saying that he's not going there at the detriment of other students in that same class. So you see that it is a very big issue that we have.
So
we keep on every day. It is, I have said, it's a challenging issue. We are in the 21st century. It concerns the parents. It concerns the teacher. It concerns the government. It concerns everybody. Let all of us put our hands on deck. These are our children. We want the best for our children. They are suffering from a lot. So we need to put our hands to help so that they should be good upbringing citizens tomorrow. We want to build better citizens so that the society should be a better society. So it concerns everybody. Let us view the nation together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay. Dear viewers, this is the Truth in Focus. Let's have some break. Then we come back with the nice question. And then we are going to finish soon as possible. Thank you for keeping watching us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we are back. And this is the Stream Guide TV. And this is the Truth in Focus. Truth in Focus. We are just saying the truth about all things which is in focus in this world. When we start, we are talking about sports, news, education, everything, the man of God, everything about Christian and everything about society we are going to talk about here. So my own question now, which is very important that I will need to come to ask you, is in school, we know we have challenge, but this is a question somebody in the board is asking. Is in teachers, as a teacher, you people teachers, is it any kind of witchcraft before we go to student? Like somebody is doing witchcraft to somebody, to a teacher. Teacher as a teacher, is you people are fighting in school, in maths. We are talking about no physical. We are talking about spiritual fight.
Okay.
Is there a spiritual fight in school as a teacher to teacher?
Yes.
Somebody is saying juju.
So sometimes we'll tell you these are superstitious things. They are superstitious because we actually don't look at it in that aspect, though we believe that beyond their spiritual attacks that happens in school, a child sometimes swear even when you want to punish a child will tell you, I will juju you. Oh, yes, I will juju you. I will do this with you.
Juju is what? There are some viewers that don't know about juju. So juju is what?
Those are mystical things that students are thinking to go and invoke, incantations that they will do back at home that might have repercussion on the teachers.
Yeah.
Yes. But those incantations, to some of us who come from strong spiritual backgrounds, will tell you back to sender.
Yeah.
Because he who is in us is more than whoever that they think. So because we believe in Christ.
Yes.
So simply know that Christ is the
You are believing in Christ.
Yeah.
Not all teachers are believing in Christ.
Not all teachers.
You need to be very careful. You are believing in Christ.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a question. As you as a teacher, as you personal,
Yeah.
how did you prepare as you are going to school? So some teachers, they will learn from you. Like, this is how the teacher is supposed to be prepared this for going to school. Because teachers, they have a lot of challenge. And there are a lot of attacks. This one we are talking about spiritual. But we know the government, they are not believing on this thing.
As it the state is.
They are believing in physical issues.
Yeah.
So what do you want to say about this one?
No.
So in spiritual, how did you back up yourselves? And if the person is watching now, can learn from you.
From my own background or where I grew up, I know that when we get up in the morning, we have our morning devotion, we have meditation, we pray in the morning, we do prayers. And I went through Catholic school, our background in schools. In some schools, they have morning devotion in the morning where they start with prayers.
Yes.
And I think it has got a very...
Is it allowed in school? For example, in Cameroon?
Not in public schools, because in public schools you have mixture of Muslims and whatsoever. It brings division. When you want to pray as a Catholic, starting with the sign of the cross, others will not make sign of the cross, and it has to do with a lot. But from private schools, which are Christian background, you see that the children there, they are trained differently because they have prayer time in the afternoon, they have prayers and all the rest.
Yes.
But I, as a teacher, when I get up in the morning, I pray and I dedicate my work to God, and I tell God to take control. I am just a servant. Let him use me as an instrument to go out there and do his work, and let his will be done unto me according to the way he wants. I think it has been working positively with me for over 10 years that I've been teaching. I have not got any confrontation with children. And I have my experience when I enter a class. It's not good for you to be boastful with students. I tell them, this is time for my own business. And we're doing what we call competency-based approach, which before we used to have what we call objective-based approach. A teacher comes to class just to do what he is supposed to do. He's satisfying his work and he goes. But the government have changed it. That we should now do competency-based approach, which means that the student is at the center of the lesson. That lesson is meant for the student to understand. So you bring out the lessons, dividing it into model. When you bring it out, you are developing it with the children and they are following up. So when you make your lesson lively, that's my experience.
Yes.
You see that children also will follow it lively and the class become a joyful place. You people are discussing and you are happy. But when you make a class a boring place where you only come and hold a book and you are reading, children will become bored. And at the end, they see that you are like disturbing them because they can get a book and read from any places. So it is having an impact. So there is a methodology of teaching. I think if you apply some of the methodology, the Tiki method that I put, they are actually helping, because we have some class where there are big boys. But when you go there, you need to tell them that this is time for learning. And you tell them why they have to learn. Because to me, learning is the ability to think in order to acquire knowledge. When you stop thinking, you have stopped learning. Whoever stopped thinking have stopped learning. In as much as we are thinking, we are learning. So as a teacher is teaching, he is learning from the children. As the children are also thinking, they are learning in that process. So every day we are learning. Whatever thing we are doing, we are learning.
Okay, thank you so much. So before I finish, I want us to discuss something. This will be my last questions. And we need to go deeper. We are thinking, I'm thinking, and some members, we are thinking like, you are going to answer us. In this world, we are thinking teachers are not getting enough credits. Is it true all the force? Because I see the challenge teacher are getting in school to shape somebody is coming to be a president. So is it true the teacher are not getting the credit for what they are doing, or they are not getting good life for what they are doing? So can you explain to us just so we can know? So, and what is your suggestion?
Okay.
Your suggestion to have the solution for the teachers, because they are doing wonderful job.
Thank you. I remember when you started this program, you said that there will be politics and all the rest. With us, I as a teacher, I will tell you the problem that we have, the major problem that we have with us in Cameroon is that teachers have got series of strikes. Teachers have been going on strike. And when teachers go on strike, it affects students because students they don't have who will teach them. And why do teachers go on strike? Teachers go on strike for many reasons. Some of them talk about salary issues. Government should review their situation, the teacher's status. Because of what? You cannot measure a service. You cannot measure a service. When we talk of a service is what a teacher produces. So you cannot measure it. And the reward to a service is which is that small income that you give to a teacher, and which vary from one country to another. My colleagues will tell you in Ivory Coast, in different countries, teachers are well paid. But in our level in Cameroon, teachers are averagely paid because we have medical doctors also. When teachers are crying, doctors also will come out to cry. So you see, that is a challenging issue. I will not tell you. I think that God alone and the government need to do something.
So you are sending this process to God.
We are putting in prayers that the powers that be one day see into this situation to make sure that the teacher's place is seen in the society.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah. So my last question is, why pregnant in school, secondary school? What is the problem to make the pregnant to be in school? Is there a teacher causing problem? Is you teacher giving student pregnant? Or what used to happen exactly? So they need to know. They need to know because you find a student in school, he has got pregnant, and in that point you see like a teacher, somebody, a discipline teacher is involved on this one.
Okay.
What is the problem? Is you teacher your problem?
In Cameroon now, the government is doing a lot. I already would say the government is doing a lot to protect students. At first, when a student gets pregnant, they used to punish the two parties that are involved. And the students were stopped from school. They were excluded from school. But today, you see a student when they are writing official exam, a student is heavily pregnant, he's in the hall writing exam. Government have said you should not dismiss any child again who is pregnant. You should stay among the friends. And I think that it is coming from the student, and I think those who feel, when you find students that are pregnant in school, students who come from some certain homes or with some certain background, they are not actually done by teachers. I'll give you a good example, sir. Do you know that recently, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, on social media in South Africa, they caught a teacher and they locked up the teacher, a lady.
The teacher, yes, give a student pregnant.
No, it's a student of 16 years who was going to bed with a teacher, a lady of 30-something years.
So you see, this is what we're talking. So the teacher, that is the boy.
Yes.
16 years is the boy.
Yes.
The boy was sleeping with the teacher.
Yes.
So the teacher was
33 years.
33 years.
Yes.
And they are sleeping together.
Yes. So that teacher now was caught and locked up for molesting the child. So you see a situation. Yeah. Sometimes also it has been the reverse. It is a student doing out with the teacher. So students have the dominance of.
So viewers, viewers, as you see, so now it's 50-50 in school. So the student can approach the teacher. That means that the teacher, they have a problem mental.
The dressing ability. So the teacher, women don't need to dress anyhow to seduce.
That's right. Senior is a boy.
It's a boy. Yeah, he was seduced by the teacher.
So the boy, so he has that feeling like to see this is somebody that can,
but the teacher seduced
and the teacher accept.
Yeah.
So what can you do to avoid these things?
We are saying that normally, like I told you from the onset, the parents have a role to play. If that child is coming from a background where the parents have been giving moral doctrine to the child will not easily sleep with that teacher. But that child also, I think the child also, because the child that went and reported it to the parents, after some time, he's the child that went and reported to the parents before the thing became exposed.
But I want to know, these things is a teacher is enjoying to have a boy.
Yes. But the boy finally reported it to the parents.
Why he reported when he was enjoying?
Because maybe his expectations were not being met. The teacher was not giving what he had to give.
The teacher promised something?
Yes, the promised something. The teacher promised something at the end. The teacher was not giving.
Okay.
This always where in Cameroon we have seen students who are pregnant, but it's always between student and student. It is always difficult for you to see a student and a teacher.
Thank you so much. So this is what is a challenge from secondary school, and this is how the teachers, they are facing challenge. So for finish now, what the world can do about teachers?
Okay.
And what is the world can do, and the government in Africa or in the world they can do to develop the issue of teachers and to do not have these issues in teachings?
Yeah, my advice, government in Cameroon now, I think AI, artificial intelligence, have existed before, but government have said we are going digitalize. We are doing digitalization now in Cameroon. Digitalization now, teachers used to suffer a lot to look for this, but they have got AI for you to prepare notes and whatsoever. AI is helping teachers a lot. It has simplified the teaching and learning process. And the students also, AI is insect killing students because students don't want to learn again. They just want to copy answers and give answers. So government, we are pleading with the government that the government should do more. The government should do an increment in salary of teachers all over the world.
The salary.
Yes, salary of teachers all over the world.
I think that is the only problem, and that is the only problem.
If they increase the salary of teachers, it also
We are sending this message to all Africa countries and all Europe countries.
Yes.
The teacher, what they need is
the place of a teacher. They should better the place of a teacher.
they should have the good salary.
Yes.
So the salary.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We have sent this message as the stream guardian. I'm taking this opportunity. Like you, as you are watching me, and you and your government. Yes. This is a requirement from the teacher. Yeah. Please, I beg. Government should at least
a teacher well paid.
They give them something to make their life better. Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for being with us today. We are very humble for you to be in this podcast. We have learned a lot.
Thank you for this
opportunity. So we think like we are going to invite you again.
Yes, I will always come around to.
We invite you again so we can share the things what is happening to teachers. Yeah. People they don't know what is happening to secondary school.
It's a lot. There is a lot. It's a very mystical. It's a place where you meet. I say you meet people with different challenges. Children from different backgrounds. You have counselors who have to do their work. You have discipline. There is a lot. So this fee is very difficult. That's why I say the parents have to play a part. Us teachers, we have to play a part, and the government also should play a part. The three of us, government, students, and teachers, we should put our hands together to build a better society.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. This is the Truth in Focus. We are talking about the Truth in Focus. Thank you for watching us. And please, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube. The more you subscribe, the more you're giving us hope to move on and to go to the next destination. Please, this is the end of this show. And when is the end of this show is the beginning of another show. Thank you for watching Stream Garden TV. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.